And we're live! Hi everyone, welcome to the Live Reality Game Shows podcast. I'm your host Lee. Today we're talking about Survivor Michigan Revenge Tour All-Stars. And I have a couple of guests with me. You might have heard of them, I don't know if you have. With me is Erin, All-Star of Season 3, as well as Dylan, winner of Season 3 / our boot episode person. I doff me cap.
Absolutely. Hey, everyone.
So, how are you two doing?
Doing well. Yeah. It's been a great few years.
Yeah, can't complain. I know we were just discussing, but I'm living in Tampa now. The weather here is pretty good. We've got 75 and sunny today, and looking like the same for the rest of the week.
Wow, what's that like?
That is not the case in New York right now. We're hovering at around 40.
Wow, what's
40.
that like?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, it is honestly not cold enough for my tastes, but hopefully we get an actual winter.
Well, right now over here in Ireland, we are going in 5 degrees. I don't know what that is in your people's.
Oh, you're
So it's like,
Celsius.
Because of the Celsius, yeah.
yeah, we're Celsius, so we're probably like around, I don't know, 10, 20,
Way more than that.
30
I have no idea.
Celsius.
I don't know. Celsius doesn't make sense. Fahrenheit makes sense. It's like, how hot are you on a scale of 0 to 100? That's what Fahrenheit is.
Either way,
I'm pro
cold.
metric system though. I am pro metric
I agree with that. Metric system, yes, but I will die on the Fahrenheit over Celsius hill.
I don't care as long as it's not freezing cold. But either way, I'm always cold. And always warm. It's never right. I still remember the one time I went over to the States this summer and it was like 30s or like relatively warm and I was just like melting outside the car acting like it was in a sauna. While everyone else was just fine, actually bundling up because they thought it was a bit cold. But we're not here to talk about the weather. We're here to talk about Survivor Michigan All-Stars. First off, Dylan, how are you feeling? Finally experiencing the joys of being voted off.
Yeah, joys is for sure one way to describe it. If you'd watched to the end of my, I guess you could call it a confessional after the vote out, I mentioned, finally getting the taste of what being voted out feels like, and it didn't feel great, obviously. A lot of emotions went into that tribal, but I think it would have been, even more emotional if it felt like a blindside. Whereas, Erin and I, we had a pretty good feeling about what we were walking into. But as you've seen in a lot of the Dylan quips, I still have the trophy, so I'm trying to keep my head high, of course.
Yeah, they're probably still going to be playing those even though you've been voted off.
Oh, I would assume so. Absolutely. I hope so. I got to keep playing in some capacity, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're most likely going to make every episode. It's a rule at this point. And Erin, I don't know. You didn't really have much of a reaction at Tribal when Dylan got voted off.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah, nothing, right?
Stone
So
cold.
I'm just curious how you felt in the moment, finally outplacing Dylan.
Much deserved, by the way.
That is not something that I wanted to do at that time. I wanted to wait until the end to get there. But no, it was just like, it was such a roller coaster that night, like going into Tribal, because we have like our final moments in my room, like confessional, where we're both just like sad. Then we message Megan, and then she says she's gonna flip, and then we're thrilled. And literally, like that was walking to Tribal. Megan told us she was gonna flip, and then like we were super excited, and we were just both like, okay, we got to put our game faces on at Tribal. Like we got to look super bummed, like Megan's not flipping, like we don't think anything's going on. So I was trying to look like as depressed as possible during Tribal.
It worked.
Thank
I
you.
was rewatching the episode and I was like, Erin just looks pissed.
That was the goal. So it was just super super excited, but like trying to downplay it going in, and then like thinking that the 3-2-1 was gonna work, and then it being a 3-3, like Sam flipping his vote, and then the whole like private Megan and Adam conversation, and it was just like it was so many highs and lows all at once, and I just oh my god, yeah, I didn't like coming out of that going in there. I was like, I'm not gonna cry, like this is gonna be fine, like even like we're expecting this, we know what's gonna happen, and then I saw Dylan's torch get snuffed, and I just like I could not handle it. It was like it was too much.
Yeah, there's expecting it that it's going to happen, and then there's how it happened. Like
Exactly.
you were expecting one of you to go home, but you did not expect it the way it go because Megan did flip, but Sam was like, you know what? I'll flip too.
Yeah,
And
that didn't
then
help.
yeah, thanks Megan for telling Adam that you're considering flipping.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the big one. I think even for me at the time, if I remember correctly, obviously Erin and I discussed the possibility of them splitting the votes, trying to draw an idol, and then ultimately one of us going home. I think in my head I was always thinking like, they're probably not going to risk it. Let's just throw 4 votes on somebody and make it easy. Um, with all these fake idols being thrown around, I thought that they just want to that they assumed were fake, wanted to make it easier that way, and so I didn't, I wasn't like, up in arms about, even, obviously Megan making this decision was elating for us, but I wasn't keeping my hopes up of like even that working out. I still ended up thinking that something like this was going to happen. I was very surprised of her, going back on that decision again and switching. That still, even to this day, doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. And I mean, you can hear during tribal, most of the people talking to Megan and trying to get her to flip, is like Sam and Lucy, Adam, Erin a little bit, but it was that group more so. And I remember something along the lines of me saying like, listen to the people that aren't just like begging you and trying to force you to make a decision right now. Those people are a lot easier to work with. It doesn't seem like you're getting pushed around from Erin and I's point of view. We want somebody that is, willing to work with us. Somebody that we confide in and we make decisions together rather than, just getting told what to do. And so we thought, that would be a lot more appealing to hear than, no, you screwed up. You screwed up. You need to fix it. So still a bit confusing to me to this day.
Yeah, you ain't the only one that thinks that. I noticed a lot of comments during the live chat and even in the Discord to this day are thinking Megan made the wrong decision. I guess we'll only find out in future episodes whether that was the correct one or not. But I do feel bad for pretty much everyone in this tribal because it looks like everyone in this episode that's on the Pawnee tribe cried at some point in this episode or looked like they were about to cry, except Lucy. Lucy just gives balls.
That's true.
She does.
So I feel like now tie votes. I mean, Dylan, you're no stranger to a tie vote situation. You went to Rocks for Cassie of all players.
Yeah, of course.
And Erin, you prevented a tie with an idol play. Hey, Eliza.
That was crazy.
So I feel like if I wouldn't do this, but I feel like Megan just needs to go on her own somewhere away from everyone and just talk to herself for a minute. Because was that private? I didn't think private conversations were like allowed in tie situations.
Neither did Lucy, but they went ahead and did it anyway.
I don't think you did either. I think you also said, can they even do that?
Yeah. I was not.
Yeah, I wasn't familiar with how that was supposed to go, or even, looking back on it, the fact that Adam and Megan were given their time. Why did Erin and I not have a chance to do the same. I think looking back on it, I had more faith in our, like I just mentioned, our pitch. But the emotions were really high, as you can see from that tribal. So
Yeah, I think it was allowed because Adam and Megan, it did look like they were deciding votes because Erin, you weren't budging on voting Sam. Lucy wasn't budging voting Dylan,
mm-hmm.
so it was ultimately up to those two.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's why it was allowed.
I
But
know
if it was like
they talked
Megan,
about it. They talked about it on the after show where like our usual like go-to rules people are Matthew and Akshay, and Akshay was obviously on All Stars and voted out, so he wasn't there, and Matthew was not present at that tribal. So our usual go-to rules people were like not there to answer any questions. So the people that we had were like, okay, what's good TV? A private conversation.
Yeah, you can't blame them.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the production there, they also have experience with tie break situations or like tie talks. I mean, Brady was there, Chloe was there. There's probably some other season 3 people that didn't want to apply.
Yeah, for sure, Brady and Chloe.
Yeah.
So, do you think if either of you had that kind of chat with Erin or even Adam, would the results be different?
I think a lot about this tribal and things I could have said, things I could have done differently to make it happen. But I think the biggest pinpoint is Adam being more stubborn in that situation than Megan. And it had to, like, they weren't going to go to rocks. I don't think, Megan's not going to rocks for Dylan, who she blindsided at the first tribal. And like, this is a new relationship. And even though Dylan and I are incredibly loyal people, and anybody that would have saved us, we would have died for. I think that they didn't fully know that season 3 hadn't come out. Like nothing had. They only have our word to go off of, and Adam didn't have any reason to side with us, other than like maybe trying to play his own game instead of Sam's.
Yeah, it seemed like at that point, that didn't seem a possibility for him at the time. I also think back, what like I just mentioned, our main pitch to Megan is, we haven't done anything to spite you so far, and we've had good conversations with you, and just us pushing too hard there, it would seem like we're doing the exact same thing that Sam and Lucy and Adam are doing. So I don't think there would have been a situation where I necessarily did it differently, but yeah, that's my take on it, at least.
Yeah, and the amount of times we got a confessional being like, it wasn't meant to be Dylan, we were supposed to get rid of Erin.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like, if that voting split was any way different, it either would have been Erin going home or Sam going home.
Yep, Dylan just got super unlucky that's how they decided to do the split, honestly.
Yeah.
And Lucy Megan just had to vote you.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Yeah. And, Adam kept his promise to you, Erin, and saying he wasn't going to write down your name.
Yeah. And I think part of it, too, is that because of my relationship with Jackson, like, Megan thought that she had a better chance of, like, a closer relationship with me moving forward, maybe, than she would with Dylan. So she probably has more incentive there to save me than to save Dylan, unfortunately.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, who knows if your relationship with Jackson will help Megan in the future. So that's pretty much what happens at the end of the episode. Let's talk about what happens at the beginning. So I misspoke. This is not a recap of Survivor Michigan Revenge Tour. It's a recap of Survivor Michigan Abby's Revenge Tour. For those of you who don't know who Abby is, I would say watch season 2, but you still won't know who she is. Random player from season 2 who got voted off. Pissed that she wasn't cast on All Stars because she wasn't entertaining. Decided to leak a bunch of information specifically about Jackson and Megan to her roommate Bailey, as well as Sam, as well as Emily B for reasons.
They were in an a cappella group together.
Ah, okay, so they were in the group together. What were y'all's reaction to? Because it kind of didn't affect you a little bit. The end result, yes, but when you found out that this information was leaked by somebody who was not cast at all, what was happening?
Erin, if you want to take that first, because if I think back correctly, I don't think I really got that information right away.
Yeah, you can see both of us get that, like the Megan and Jackson still dating info from Cooper, like on that porch swing.
Yeah.
And I think my initial response was just like, it didn't really affect me because we had already deduced that like the idol that I found was fake. So it's not like the fake idol leak really affected us at all, and except in the sense of like it kind of really ruined our relationship with Adam. But also like all that I was thinking was like, okay, Megan and Jackson are actually dating, then like why is Megan not trying harder to work with me when
Yeah.
like my relationship with Jackson was so public, and I'm like, you could like I was like, I understand not telling people, but like I am Jackson's like one friend outside of season 4 coming into this game.
Even
So like
within
I
season 4.
yeah. So like I could have been a huge asset, but that was the most disappointing thing to me. I was like I'm not even sure I realized how it leaked until like later on. So
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
just
I
more
had the
of like a
similar, I guess, reception. I didn't see it really um, affecting my game as much, but I think for sure the fact that the a lot of the fake idols were being exposed, or even just the possibility of fake idols out there. Um, I think it made Adam trust me less because maybe he assumed that the idol I had given him in the stairwell, maybe he assumed that I knew it was fake already instead of, oh, I'm giving you an idol that I think is real.
Did you know it
So
was
that does,
fake?
we knew it was fake. That's why yeah.
Okay, you both
yeah.
did.
I wasn't gonna give away one that I that I knew was real, while I was on the chopping block. So yeah, we were sure that the one that I gave him was fake, but just the idols being exposed, and then him having less trust in me. Um, I mean, you saw how the vote split. It comes down to Megan and Adam, so that was like my most important thing going into that tribal was um, meeting with Adam and trying to see if there was any sort of way to get him to flip. And that was Erin and I's, original strategy from, I believe you see that in episode 1 or 2, was Erin, fostering this bigger relationship with Megan and then me with Adam to see if, um, those two would be on our side, because it became pretty evident early on that they were that they were playing the middle seat, which is great for them, of course.
You didn't want to try and pull over Lucy, scrap a girl? She's like your number one fan.
That wasn't gonna work. No, I don't think that was in the cards. Oh, we got Crouch in the chat, huh?
Who would you both have?
There was not a shot in the world I was ever voting for Dylan. Not a single chance.
Would you still like stuck with Sam for a Hail Mary?
Yeah. You know what's so funny to me is I saw comments after episode 1 that was like, why did you go for Lucy? You could have just gone right for Sam. And now after this episode, they're like, why didn't you go for Lucy? You could have just got like, why did you have to go for Sam? You could have just gone for Lucy as the easier vote. And I'm like, can I make a good decision?
No.
Apparently not.
You can only make bad ones.
Yeah, but no,
I mean, look who
not
you
a
vote for to
shot.
win your season.
Not
I'm
a
kidding.
not a shot in the world. I'm voting for Dylan there. Not even. A little
Yeah,
bit.
we were like, we're not gonna go down against each other at that point. We're like, we know we're on the bottom, and that would just be us, succumbing to their plans even more so, and it would just be, I mean, at the time I felt, it was just degrading at that point.
Yeah, because
And
it's obvious
You
they're going to
can-
pitch the same idea to both of you. Oh, save yourself, vote the other person. Like, that's not
You
going to
can
get you
see
anywhere.
in the bonus scenes too that were released today for this episode. Cooper tries to convince me to vote for Dylan too, to save myself. And like, as soon as he realized there was no shot that I was doing that, like, he was fully. My meeting with Cooper was first, and then he met with Dylan, like, on that same porch swing. And all of those confessionals, I like, they really remind me of Jeremy in Winners at War, when there's that scene where he's just sitting on the bench the whole time and everybody's just coming to Jeremy and, like, he does not move. That's Cooper on his porch swing. Like,
Yeah.
everybody just comes up to the porch, they talk to Cooper, Cooper does not have to move, everybody just comes to him.
He's still there to this day.
He is, yeah, it's true.
Yeah, back in the old season 4 days when I was on this pod, he was actually on that porch swing. I'm lying.
But yeah, Cooper really wanted me to vote for Dylan to save myself, and I was like,
just to
"There's no
ensure
chance
that
I'm
Erin
doing
was
that."
still in the game. Yeah.
Right. And I was like, and he explicitly told me too. He was like, "Just don't go to Rocks." Like, Cooper said that to me in our meeting. He was like, "Don't you dare go to Rocks." And I was like, "You know me, Cooper. I would never." And then we got to Tribal, and I was like, "I'm going to Rocks for this man. Like, I do not care."
I'm weird in that I think going to Rocks is like the next best option rather than flipping. Only because I see it as like another opportunity to get rid of somebody on the opposite alliance.
That was my thinking in season 3. But it also is probably just my ego and thinking, yeah, there's no possible way I'm going to grab a rock, so it's fine.
In my head, I always feel like I'm not winning anyway, so who cares?
I'm glad Crouch is watching this live during this conversation as well.
Yeah, because
I'm not gonna lie. His plan in season 3, like, watching that, I was like, that is actually genius. I loved that. I thought that was great.
He just couldn't explain it right.
Yeah, I mean, emotions are so high at Tribal. That's why you, like, come out years later and you're like, these are all the things I should have said. But it's like, in the moment, it is so difficult to be smart and level-headed and rational, and it is just like, it's impossible.
Yeah, episode 3 trauma.
Exactly, yeah. There's so many hypotheticals that start getting thrown around too, as you can imagine in the past few weeks, and it gets so hectic. What people think one little tidbit down the line has an influence, 3 weeks later. But it's true. You could do hypotheticals all day.
Yeah, like
that's what's fun.
Yeah, I'm sure there's hypotheticals like, what if the rumor of a day 1 vote off didn't happen? Would Akshay still been the first one to go home? What if Tom wasn't cast? Who else would be there? What if the season never happened?
I think back on, I guess the timing was slightly less impactful, but I think back on, because I didn't even know this until watching the episode from the first challenge, when Sangria gets to the torch first in the diag and Kevin tosses it over the ledge. I mean, it was our fault for not, or I guess not our fault. I think it was Sam who said
Sam's fault.
Sam said there's no way that they would hide him in the same spot, so we literally looked everywhere else. Until I don't even remember who found it on the other tribe, but once we got to the spot, we still had to look around, and we got there not too long after. And I was pretty confident in our running abilities. We had
They had Bailey. Of course we were going to beat them.
Yeah, Bailey was having a tough time. But yeah, it's stuff like that where, like, if Kevin didn't throw that torch, who knows what would have happened.
Paddock found it. Oh yeah, speaking of Paddock, she also went on this episode.
Oh, did she? Interesting.
Yeah, but it's not as interesting. Odow was not an interesting tribe, but they're doing it to themselves. Same with Sangria, but to be fair, they have an excuse.
Yeah, they haven't been a tribal. It is crazy that, like, the most boring tribe is the tribe with, like, Jackson and Kevin and Will. Like,
that's why they're boring.
How does that happen? Oh my god.
It's because they don't go to tribal. When you don't do, I think, we get into it a lot of detail in the bonus episode with Sangria, but they kind of just don't know each other. They're still trying to remember each other's names.
Yeah, that's the funny part. Yeah.
Yeah, like, they're all talking about, like, I want to make social bonds, and nobody's doing anything about it.
I thought that was so. Oh my god, the bonus scene where Will like wanted them all to go to brunch and nobody responded. That was so sad.
I haven't finished the bonus scene yet. Did that happen? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Will
Yeah,
asks. He
Will's
sends the tribe chat. He's like, "Hey, when's everyone free for lunch?" And nobody responds.
only Emily responds.
Yeah, only
But
Emily V.
That's because Will has a thing for Emily's.
Fun fact: Will was one of the first people. I think he was the first person to reach out to me when All Stars was.
I agree with that, Crouch.
Yeah. Will was one of the first people to reach out to me, or was the first person to reach out to me when All Stars started, and he was one of the people I mentioned in either casting or pre-casting, however you want to define it, that I wanted to work with in this game, just because of like the interactions with him near the end of season 3 were very interesting, and I thought that it would be so unexpected in All Stars. It could be like another Dylan Devon situation, and the fact that we were just paired up on different tribes and they were winning all the tribals, we didn't even converse that much, but that would have been interesting to see how that played out, because Will and I really wanted to work together for All Stars.
Yeah, you're too busy just chatting to Bailey in passing.
Exactly. I don't know. I don't think that was another tidbit I wanted to bring up, because I don't think it was included. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Bailey and I hunted for the North Campus idol together like 2+ hours probably. Did that get included? You in the bonus?
Don't think so.
It was included that she like shared the clue with you.
Yeah.
But not necessarily that you like hunted together.
Okay, yeah. I don't think that got included, or it was my fault. Sorry, Ian, if you watch this, for not sending that footage, if I have it somewhere. But yeah, we Bailey and I looked for that idol in North Campus for hours and hours, and there is one funny video where we're deep in the woods and it's pitch black. It's like, I don't know, midnight, 1 in the morning. You can't see anything. And
oh yeah
mm-hmm. Where we found like a pentagram out in the woods in like a teepee, like and I think that's where we cut off the search. We're like, all right, this is a bit too much for us now.
That's a bad omen.
If they're hiding idol, yeah, and of course I didn't find it either.
Yeah, it's like, unless it's a fake idol, they're not being found. Well, unless it's Adam, because he actually found a real one this time. 3 idols, 2 fakes, 1 real.
Where did he find that again?
That was the North Campus idol.
I think he found the North Campus one. And then
where was it though? On North Campus?
It was like on the path right by Bates.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, some sort of forest area. You guys know the college better than I do.
That's where we looked. Like when Sam mentioned that he knew exactly where to look, and then he found the fake one with Megan. That's where Adam found that one, right? I think that was that same spot.
Yeah. I'm surprised with Jackson hiding all these, he never found it.
Well, he hid them all like pre-season, probably before the actual idols were hidden.
I thought he said he moved them once he got clues.
He moved a couple, yeah. Mm-hmm. It would have been funny if he just went all out and moved all 18 to a couple of those different spots, and people, found there were 17 or so fake idols right out in the beginning. That would have been pretty interesting.
Everyone in the cast has a fake idol except for Jackson and Megan.
I'm surprised he made them all. Did he make them all look the same, or at least a majority of them look the same?
It was like the same but different colors.
I think so, yeah.
I mean, you never know what idols look like. Some college survivors have done that, where it's just like beads but in the tribe color.
Mm-hmm.
I guess these are just like random colors, so we couldn't really guess which colors tribes they were all on.
True.
Another thing I want to talk about that was in the bonus scenes, Cooper's party, and how the cops got involved.
Yes.
Were either of you two at that party?
I was.
I honestly don't remember. So I could have been at the party or not.
That is valid.
Is it? Am I in it in the bonus scenes?
We don't really see anyone other than Shirtless Cooper again. I swear
Always.
The kid's waiting to start an OnlyFans.
Yeah, for sure. You should
And
talk
then
to him.
just
Yeah,
I've been leaving comments, but no one seems to be responding.
yeah.
Survivor Michigan OnlyFans. We've already seen half these people naked.
It's true. Oh
Cooper,
my god,
Kevin, I'm sure.
the
Yeah.
upskirt shot of Sam in the bonus footage really deeply upset me.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
I need to watch this.
In his like white underwear covered in dirt in the wrong places.
It was not good.
I mean, and then we got the shot of all of you guys in the hot tub.
Oh my god, it was a lukewarm tub. That was the worst time.
Oh my, I don't even. That it was really cold. Yeah, I don't even know if you could call it lukewarm. It was cold.
I don't know why we stayed in as long as we did, or
Yeah,
It's
at
because
all.
like this happens in Survivor just in general all the time. Nobody wants to be the first one to say, "All right, I'm gonna leave," and then pick a direction to go, because then you're the first one committing. You're out of there. Then everyone stays, has a chance to talk, right? And so it's just a cat and mouse of who's going to be the first one to cave from the cold water. At least
Yeah.
that's what my mindset was.
That's an immunity challenge waiting to happen.
Don't give him any
Just
ideas.
a polar plunge,
Yeah, y'all
and
should
then
just
some
pull. Y'all should
the
have just
first
pulled a Lucy in
medevac on
constant
Survivor
complaints.
Michigan.
Ian or whoever's in production now, if you're listening, I'll take credit if I see that in a future season. What else was there? Oh yeah, how the cops got involved and kind of puts a rift in Cooper and Andrew's relationship. I mean, when the cops get involved, understandable.
I will say, I was one of the people who, when the cops got there, I camped out at Crouch's house. So I do have to take his side in this argument.
I'm sure he's gonna love that in chat.
Yeah. So that's another war going on. Now that the Emily versus Erin war is now over, we now have the whose fault is it, Cooper or Andrew? Or like whose roommate fault is it?
Yeah, and you guys should keep that conversation going because it's currently going on right now.
It is.
It's still in debate between both houses at the moment about who paid for the ticket, who did what, and if we can get the community involved and helping with that, decision about what you guys think, I'm sure it'll rile them up.
Somebody look into those Ann Arbor public records. Like, let's
Yep.
get some
Yeah.
detectives on this.
Somebody call Jackson. He's a lawyer. Can't he sort this out?
Who knows? Maybe it's still outstanding, and then somebody's going to be up for a felony soon. Who knows what it is at this point?
So I'll just mark that as 1 point for Andrew, and this is going to be a new question I'll ask every time I interview someone.
Love it.
I'm gonna give my point here to Cooper's house because
Right.
well, I don't even know if everyone realized it, but I ended up what's a good word? I guess inheriting that house the next year for my senior year. So I actually ended up living in that house. So I'm gonna give my point to Cooper.
Okay, so point to Cooper by loyalty. God, you're a loyal player.
Yes.
Good thing they got you.
Note that down.
It's true.
Dylan always loyal.
Can confirm.
So that's pretty much all the thing that happened in the beginning of the episode. We have Abby Gate, we have Cop Gates. Let's move on to one of my favorite parts of this episode, the challenge. This has to be the best challenge I've ever seen. It was so funny. Like, talk about the birth of COVID.
Oh, I literally said several times, I was like, this challenge caused COVID. I'm convinced.
Yeah, I mean, we had Lucy sick the first episode, the second episode, the patient zero of COVID probably, and then we're just spreading it around to the entire cast.
Yep.
Yeah, whose idea was that? Who made that challenge on production?
Brady.
Brady.
It was Brady.
Oh, Brady was probably just eating that up, laughing.
Oh, he was.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
certainly was.
Yeah, he was living for it. Who came up with those dares? Was that also Brady?
I think it was a lot of production, and I know some of them like were worse, and then other people on production made them like temper it down.
Yeah, like What was worse than calling your parents and saying, "Yeah, I'm pregnant," or "I got someone pregnant"?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know, but I'm sure that this production could brew up, something worse, or I don't even know.
What was going on in the moment when that stuff was happening? I mean, we had people licking each other's feet. Everyone on the tribe was sort of making out at some point.
I tried to launch the ball because I was like, I don't want to smooch people. I was like,
Yeah, yeah. I
it
mean, there's a
was
lot of people just trying not to get sick for sure.
yeah.
Um,
Kevin literally
I
had mono.
did he actually?
What?
He did. Kevin literally
What?
had mono.
What is people having mono in this? Because I remember the watermelon challenge, Eliza had mono, and now in this challenge, Kevin had mono.
People be smooching Lee.
I'm learning new stuff every day. I didn't know he had mono.
Yeah, I think that's why they had him go like last in the circle. So like
Oh yeah.
he only gave the mono to Jesse.
Okay, and since Jesse's a part-time player, she won't mind. Not my words, it's Will's.
True.
Yeah, that's Will's. I remember just
Uh,
being, I don't know, Erin, if you felt this way, just locked in knowing like if we lose this, we're like one of us is going home.
Yeah.
So there's a
That's
lot of
yeah.
there's a lot of fun in games being thrown around, but in the back of my mind, I was like, there's no chance it's going to work out well if we lose this challenge, which is even more bittersweet losing in Pong, or not bittersweet, bitter losing in Pong to Kevin. And
as you,
I still don't live that down to this day. He's he doesn't let me forget that one.
every day he sent you this timely message. Just remember, I beat you at Pong.
Yeah, exactly.
Though I think the biggest question I need to ask. So, ass, tits, or fear?
Oh, I would vote fear for sure. That's just funny.
Yeah, I think I was fear as well.
Also, I have to ask, how pissed were you when you found out it was a two-part challenge and that you weren't safe and it was a double tribal?
I was
The
livid because I had
yeah,
just sunk that last cup, and so I was like on such a high, and it was such a moment. Like you can't. It's like hard to tell in the episode, but what was happening as I was like setting up for that final shot, Emily Paddock was like over on her end, and she was like stomping and clapping and like making a bunch of noise trying to mess me up. And then I just said, "That's funny." And then I sunk the last shot. So I was on such a high. And that's why I like flipped everybody off. I wasn't flipping everybody off. I was just flipping Emily off. But
Shocker.
it was just like such a big moment and such a happy moment, and then they were like, "Oh, by the way, you didn't actually win." And it was oh my god. The whole season was just roller coaster after roller coaster, and that was one that just felt so unnecessary, and it's like it's not a good twist to just have people be happy about winning and then take that away from them. Like that adds nothing in my opinion.
Yeah, it just adds like more bitterness.
it was
Exactly.
a buzzkill for sure, and that just like compounded how I already felt that I was just getting so unlucky throughout the season. I was
Mhm.
like, I'll just add this on top to make it even worse.
Yeah, and then unfortunately, the final beer pong happens. Though you did land a good shot when you called a island. Oh
Yeah,
man.
exactly. I like I said, we're fighting, and
Mhm.
um, I can't recall if this was shown, but I mean there was discussion about Sam playing. If it was going to be like me and Sam or something, and
Mhm.
that was not uh, something Erin and I were willing to do, to put anybody else's but our own fate in
Uh,
our own hands to let anybody else play at that point, because I don't think he would have um, any issue, you know, letting that game go in the position that he was in at the time.
Yeah. Cuz go in that first game we were like 3 apiece. Dylan, Sam and myself each had 3 cups. and Adam had 1. And so it was like, yeah, Dylan was for sure in, but then it was like, is it going to be me or Sam? But we were like, yeah, we've got to do this for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it got so close near the end. They really thought we were going to get a comeback. But no,
I felt it, yeah.
I was about to say Sangria continued their winning streak and continue being one of the most boring tribes of the season so far. So we just got a lot of talk from them, a lot of hypotheticals, but nothing really too interesting. And then on Odawa, it just seems like Cooper and Andrew are deciding whether to vote off Bailey or vote off Paddock. And then out of nowhere, it seems like Andrew's about to go home. And everyone was hyped, only to get cut at the knees and realize, oh, it's just a 5-1 on Emily. Emily's going home. Bye.
Yeah.
So that's that tribe over and done with. We've talked.
Pretty much.
Yeah, like I said, this is pretty much a Pawnee episode.
Hasn't every episode been? Pretty much.
Yeah, you guys definitely. That's what makes it sad when you guys lost, because you had like a lot of good characters on your tribe. Because you got the only winner, you have the one everyone considered should have won their season. You got Sam, who's an amazing player, Lucy, who's a fan favorite, Megan, who's
back.
become welcome back. Yeah, you got Megan, who's a new fan favorite. Everyone loves her. Adam, who's gay, and then Akshay. And then you got Akshay, who, even though he was only in one episode, was killing it in the confessionals.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Too bad some people couldn't get over a 2-year-old bitter rock draw that had ultimately no effect on them.
So true.
Well,
so true.
half an effect on one of them, and then actual no effect on the other one. We were all you in that second challenge when that standing ovation of his demise happened.
That was
For
ridiculous.
Akshay's?
Yeah. They all just
Yeah.
applauded. That was fun.
No, I was honestly surprised. And I think maybe that's another testament to just me being out of the loop in this season. But I didn't realize the applause. You know, in my head, season 1 and season 2, there weren't a lot of, I guess, as many riffs as expected, and so the applause was pretty surprising to me. I just expected, some of the season 1 and season 2 people to stick together and want everyone from those seasons to be in the game, but obviously that wasn't the case.
Nope, season 1 is just as fucked up as season 3 was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Only there's just less people, and there was more people in season 3 that were like, so are you Team Paddock or Team Erin?
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Yep.
Civil Wars. Like, are you Team Captain America or Team Iron Man?
That's a great comparison. Which
Yeah.
one, Erin, which one would you be?
I'm Iron Man. Absolutely.
You're Iron Man?
Yeah.
Yeah, she has the money and the fame.
I don't have that, but
She has the Survivor Michigan fame.
But you're working on Sundays, so
I am.
You're working for that money and that fame.
So true.
Get in the coin, because Survivor does not pay.
It does not. In fact, it
No.
takes. 'Cause you have to have all your meetings at like Espresso Royale or like Noodles and Co. and you have to pay for meals, and it's like, then you have to
It's
sit in cold hot tubs, and it's not a good time.
Yeah.
It was not easy to justify to my parents at the time, explaining to them that I was essentially taking a 4-credit class of Survivor during season 3, and then coming back again for All Stars and saying that I'm going to play again. That didn't sit great. But at least having the win made it seem like, all right, if you have the confidence, let's see how this one goes. So I think in at least in their head, I'm sure they were a little bit relieved to hear that I got voted out earlier.
Like, oh, thank Christ, our wallets are saved.
Yeah, in our time that my grades might get better.
Hooray!
Dylan, were you in a similar situation? I think there's like a bonus scene where it's like Crouch and I think it's like somebody else are like talking about like, oh, our significant others like really want us to get voted out. Like they don't like that we're doing
Oh
this.
yeah,
Did your
yeah,
girlfriend
Crouch.
also like not like you playing?
Um, I don't know if it was like it was black and white or if it was, oh, you have to go. Did my grades actually get better? I'm not going to answer that. Um, yeah, I don't think she was thrilled during the time. So yes, I'll say she was definitely happy when I got voted out for sure.
Well, maybe she'll learn to experience when Survivor Michigan's significant other seasons happen.
Yeah, will that be and then or
Um,
maybe when Winners at War happens in 20 years.
yeah, we can finally figure out who's the better winner between you and Mallory. People have been arguing it for decades.
Have they? I'm sure they have.
Yeah, they actually have. It's like, okay, so we know who are the top two. Who the other two? Who's better?
Dylan's number one in my book.
Well, it's right there in your name.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Thanks, Erin.
No problem.
Yeah, Survivor Michigan's significant other will happen before Survivor Michigan's Cats edition. Because the
Oh, yeah.
amount of cats in these episodes. Does everyone have a cat this season or something?
The pets are shining. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Jackson's dog keeps attacking him in his confessionals.
Yep.
And Megan's cat's
Yeah,
just
he does.
wandering around. And there's like other cats as well. Will you be submitting your pet to the ring if you have any?
If I had one, I would have for sure.
If I had one, every confessional would be with the pet.
Yeah,
There
that's
was
how you
talk-
get screen time.
There was talk senior year of us getting a monitor, and that kind of fell through. But that would have been probably one of the most interesting Survivor pets out there.
Getting a what?
A monitor? You ever
What
heard
is
of a
that?
monitor?
No.
It's like a mini
Like
Komodo dragon.
Oh.
Oh, I thought you were talking about a computer screen.
That's where my mind went too. I was
No,
like,
that would
that's
not be a great pet.
Well, it'd be like
obedient.
Karen. It'd be like Karen from SpongeBob.
From SpongeBob,
Plankton's-
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're just married to it.
Yeah.
Trying to think, what else is there to talk about this episode? I guess Dylan, how does it feel? What made you want to come back for a second time as a winner of all things?
I had fun playing it the first time. And my parent for a pet would learn how to say all your strategy talks. Yeah, that would be unfortunate for maybe that's a strategy for an opposition player to just take your parrot and sneak it into your rival's house and just let it go.
Or you just teach it to say, "Vote out, Sam."
Yeah. You could use it in another way too, to just kind of fake it. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, what was the question again?
Oh, what was it like playing again, and what made you want to come back
what made
as
me
a
want to play
winner?
again? Right. Yeah, I just maybe just having a big head and trying to give it a go and try to win twice. I'm sure that's definitely a part of it. But this was everyone was playing. I said in my last confessional, I thought it would be fun to play with my friends. But what you don't realize is that at the end of the day, you have to vote your friends out, and and getting lied to by your friends never bodes over well. So looking back on it, maybe it wasn't the best idea, but it's in general just fun to play, and there wasn't any other winners at the time that had the opportunity because they weren't on campus. So I thought, why not?
Oh yeah, you're the only one on campus because I think Trotsky was like a junior or senior. Dale was only there for the year, and I think Mallory was also a senior or something.
Yeah,
Dale's
Jurassic and
40.
Mallory were both seniors. Yeah, and Dale was 100.
Dale has a kid now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. It's not hard. I still think he's like the same age as everyone. That's because he kind of acts like a child, but
That's true.
Yeah.
yeah, I
That's
was
what
still
makes him
looking
so
for it.
charismatic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the child, and he's just going to constantly take it to White Castle. I actually went there when I was on holidays, and I actually hate that the fact I kind of like it.
It's not bad. It's slept on.
Yeah, I know it's actually pretty decent.
I actually don't think I've ever had it.
It's all right. I'm trying to think. There's
Aaron, is
well,
there anything that didn't make the cut that you can think of from your point of view on
yeah.
anything?
Any conversations, deleted scenes,
Not
time
really.
stripping into people.
I was definitely one of Bailey's like in passing people because we actually were like in passing. I had a class in the same room as her. She was leaving as I was entering, and I'm I was so late to so many classes because of that. Because it's like Nick says, like Bailey sits down and she just talks. Like she spills everything. And I'm like, well, I don't want to miss this. Like, do I want to miss class? No. But is this more important than class? Yes, absolutely. So we never recorded it because I was always like ready to go at a moment's notice, but like that was genuinely in passing.
Oh, well, that'll be exciting when I eventually get to talk to Bailey. We'll be an
Yes.
hour in, and I just asked her how her day was.
I think the only
The
other
in
thing.
passing ones were always fun. I had a few of those. I had one with Crouch at like 2 a.m. Yeah, those were fun.
Very true, Harry.
Thanks, Harry.
Yeah, he was one of your picks in the Suburban Michigan drafts.
But yeah, I guess my only other thing that wasn't included is I think this was the week I made a whole like relationships map of the game. And I drew it all out. I like had people connected, and it was either like a tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3 connection, and it looked like the drawings of a crazy person. But
Is it on level with Sarah's whiteboards?
Oh, it's far more detailed than Sarah's whiteboards. Also, I did not know until watching those bonus scenes that Sarah stalked us.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you.
I did not know.
Wait,
the whole
what?
scene.
In
There's a
bonus scenes of
bonus
episode 2, after like the Midnight Idol hunt, when
where Sam is
we
naked for some reason.
yeah, when we talk to
Yeah.
Adam, and then Adam like starts to walk away, and we kind of like make sure he's gone, and then we go to look for the idol. Sarah's stalking us in a car that whole time.
You and me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. She's like hiding by trees and seeing you guys talk like at least 7 different times because you walk in different directions and she knows where you live.
I'm honestly upset at myself for not noticing. It's
We
not
did
very
notice
perceptive.
Tom. We did notice Tom stalking us. He was not subtle about
Tom,
it.
That's
no,
because Tom's always hiding in the bushes.
Yes.
He's not a great stalker.
He's not.
No.
He
Sarah, on
says
the
he
other
could
hand.
have. He says he could have hidden Cooper's bushes. I don't think he could
No, he'd be too busy giggling to himself or something.
have.
Now, Sarah, she knows how to stalk people.
Mhm.
She's got a crazy boyfriend running in the fountain, and she's stalking.
That's a power couple right there.
It is.
If
I
I've
love
ever heard one.
Brian. Big Brian fan.
The psycho and the stalker. I actually kind of. I don't know. I don't know his age and if he's there. I would be kind of cool to see like some of the significant others in future seasons. Like if Noah was on a season, Brian's on a season, whoever the girlfriends are, because we never see them.
Sexism.
That or they're not real.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, what was Megan's Oscar?
Oscar.
Yeah, Oscar. Yeah, we're just not seeing any of the girlfriends. I'm convinced they're not real at this point. Because in college, people make up having one.
Mine's real. She's actually in the other room. Same one.
That's good, at least.
Get Oscar on. Yeah, wouldn't that be great?
That would be fun.
I think I tried to get my sister to sign up, and I think because she watched at least some of season 3,
Uh-oh.
and she's a lot more into her studies than I am, and she couldn't stomach it. She couldn't do it. But that would have been interesting, or like a sibling season.
Mm-hmm.
That would be an interesting one.
I'm still waiting for a roommate season. I'm surprised it hasn't been done yet.
Yeah, a roommate season. I'm sure some of my roommates would have done it senior year.
Yeah, I mean, Cooper's too busy getting his roommates on production.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to rig it for him to win. Or the opposite, they're rigging it for him to lose.
Yeah, they want him to lose. Cooper's roommates want nothing good for him.
No. They're actually they're hoping to spill secrets to everyone. It's like, yeah, we'll off Cooper.
Yeah, just to spite him. Yeah.
It's like he's on his porch meetings and then his roommates walk by. It's like, have you ever considered voting off Cooper? Yeah, it's like, Matt, he's on production. He's not even involved. Yeah, but
every
still.
day, actually, yes, I have.
I was going to ask something else. I'm good at my job, I swear.
You're doing greatly.
Thanks. I guess with next episode, we see that a swap is coming. Erin, your prayers have finally been answered.
I know. Yeah.
Now we just have to hope you get on the try with none of them.
That would be ideal, yeah. At this point, I was like, I could possibly work with Megan, but like leaving that tribal, I was like, I didn't want
Never
to.
again.
I
Right.
remember you saying it, like, you're so over it, like, you don't even want to converse with any of these people.
Yeah.
at
We
all.
saw you walk out of tribal.
Yeah,
Chloe
I said,
crying in your arms. No, you crying in
was-
Chloe's arms.
yeah, that was so sweet because in that, like, Chloe and Brady are my 2 best friends in the whole wide world, and like were since that moment and still are. So it's like, in that moment, Chloe was not a production member. I was not a contestant. Like, I was just her best friend who she saw in pain. So like, she needed to go comfort me, and I thought that was really sweet. And then you can see when I storm off and I say I don't want to be around these people, you can see Chloe just go, "That's fair."
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I can even hear some of the other people are just like, yeah, let's let her be. She needs to let this all out.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing
Yeah,
better
that
than
was
just a good
very
cry.
sentimental. Kept it very. And then like the montage at the end of Erin and I and all of our heartfelt moments, that definitely tugged at the heartstrings. That was a
really
good inclusion.
Yeah, a little bit of a last hurrah. Well, I can definitely say with the season rankings, placement rankings, that I definitely did not steal from other podcasts. That I don't know. It doesn't. It's not that bad. It's not that good. Definitely also did not steal the hat idea from them either.
I love that.
It's a great hat. I'm not wearing one of my 800 hats right now, but
Yeah, I was also thinking about wearing one, but the lighting wasn't working in my room. It, cast
fair.
a shadow over my face. Can't have that, right?
Gotta see your face.
Yeah. Now that you bring that up, they mentioned this on Keep Your Torch. Did you actually on season 3 wear a different hat for every scene you did?
Me or Erin, because we both wore a lot of hats.
I think they were talking about you, Dylan.
I think, honestly, thinking back on the confessionals, it might have happened organically. I don't think I did it on purpose, but I have. I think Erin might have more, but I own like 40 hats. Like I have a lot of hats. And
shall I show? There's these. Oh wait, hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have these behind me, and then I have my entire wall over here.
It's not even a wall, it's just hats in place of a wall.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
I just have the one I just got because I was like, why not? I got it specifically for this video.
It's a good one.
Bad for not Hold on.
Wait, should we put them on?
Yeah, why not?
I'll put one on.
I'll put my shirt. Oh wait, no, I'll put on Iron Man. That's fitting.
And you were like sipping out of like a Spider-Man cup as well.
I'll grab a better one.
Okay. I'm ready now.
It's
Let's
also
start the
fitting because
podcast.
let's start. Hi everyone, welcome to Abby's Michigan Survivor Tour. I butchered that name so hard. Abby Michigan Survivor Tour.
You close. Oh yes, beautiful.
Oh yeah, very good hats.
I was gonna say I might win in like quantity, but I think Dylan wins in quality for
Yeah,
hats.
absolutely. And I come I come third.
Yes.
Yes. Erin, you finally got
Okay, yep.
second.
Okay, just wait for episode 0. That's all I'm gonna say.
Wait for season 4.5. Where everything is. That is honestly an amazing hat. Handy in the
You like
cold
this?
water.
It looks
Yeah.
very cozy.
Yeah, very nice.
Thank you.
So, I guess to end it off, Dylan, would you like to give us one of your famous, I forget what they're called, cutaways? Is that what they're called?
I think I called them quips in this season. I don't know if quip is the right word. Yeah, cutaways are good. I think I called it
They're
something
just-
different in season 3 too.
Just
What would you guys
one-liners.
call them?
Yeah.
One-liners. Yeah. Which one do we want here?
Also, while you're thinking of one, did you expect those to go crazy?
No, Ian in production did a great job. I didn't think it would be used that much to that capacity. I thought, I also didn't know they were going to keep the whole edit in. It made it funnier for sure that I just rifled them off, but I didn't think that they would keep the whole thing because I was like, okay, that's going to make me look like an idiot if they keep the whole thing in. But I thought they use it like 1, maybe 2 times. But also at the time, I think that was early on in the season. I didn't know that I was going to win, obviously, and so I didn't think it's gonna get used that much. So no, I did not think that. Yeah, which one do we want? Ask Erin a question. I'll think of a good one.
Erin, do you have any quips?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I've never been put on the spot like this. My favorite Dylan one from this season by far is the "Give me that idol." Like, oh, I want that idol. It's so.
I think that one's my favorite as well. It's just like, give me that idol. Yeah.
Yeah. I want that idol. Give me that idol.
It's a lot more effective with the hats.
And they just fit
Yeah.
like they. I feel like the one-liners, they're not my character. Like I can't steal Dylan's character. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You just have to be you.
Yeah, I think my most common phrase is probably like just "fuck my tribe" at this point. But
Yeah,
could be
right.
said for season 3 as well. So I think that'd be mine.
Yeah. Fuck my tribe. I was going to say something. I feel like mine would just be anyway, because I feel like I say that when I'm trying to change, so I was like, anyway.
It's a good filler.
I say so too much. So yeah.
Oh, I'm horrible for that, so I always start a conversation with, so, what you been up to? So, how you going? So.
Yeah.
Dylan, your eyebrows look really good.
Oh, thank you.
You
It looks like the hat.
They blend together. They're not even eyebrows, it is just a
I
hat.
can go like that. Yep, there you go.
Oh wow, terrifying. No, don't like that as much.
No. Well, yeah, I appreciate you having us on, Erin. Thanks for looping me. Thanks for looping me in on this.
To help.
This is my second podcast experience ever, I believe. So, thanks for being patient, bearing with me. I don't know how
No worries.
these usually go, but I think it was something for sure. I think it was something.
That was something.
Mm-hmm.
That is one of the long Michigan quotes that will never die. No matter
I hope
how
so.
hard we try.
I like a legacy. Legacies are fun.
Yeah, winning, not legacy enough. Have to have something extra.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
need
I
to have
need
some
more.
legacy in these series.
I'm greedy.
Well, Erin and Dylan, thank you so much for coming on. Erin, good luck with the rest of the season, even though this happened 2 years ago.
I will try to pull it out for just you, Lee, retroactively.
Yeah, just me. I kept saying throughout all of summer, here's our All Stars winner.
It's true.
And Dylan, thanks so much for coming on. No matter what people say, to quote your own words, doesn't fucking matter. You already have your crown.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And thanks everybody for watching. If you want to watch more Survivor Michigan content, go check out their YouTube channel. Go follow everyone. Join the Discord. Are you Team Cooper or Team Andrew in this whole debacle of cop wars? Are you? How's the swaps going to go? How's it going to swap with 17? Is there going to be an exile? Is there going to be a quick vote off? If Erin, are they going to be like, Erin, you've been through enough. You're going to have your own tribe.
God, I hope so.
And we'll see you all next time for another live reality games and another Survivor Michigan. Bye.